1035 KTU, the beat of New York. And Lala, I can't believe that we're about to say what we're about to say.
I know.
In with us is Kylie Minogue. How are you?
Hi, I'm even better seeing you both. This is great. The energy is amazing.
You are such a sweetheart. You look fabulous.
Yes.
Your birthday is coming up. Any plans to celebrate?
Well, no plans. I'm just gonna let the day unfold.
Okay.
Which is probably the best
Busy right
idea.
now, which is amazing.
Yes.
I can't really factor the birthday in, but something's gonna happen. Something wonderful will happen.
Well, you have lots to celebrate. You have a new album dropping September 22nd. It's called Tension, and everyone is anticipating it. We're very excited to hear all these new songs. But I want to talk about the process of creating this album. I know it was a little different this time around because I believe it was remote from what I've been reading.
No, it was. Okay. We learned a lot through lockdown, and one of the skills I'd never thought I would have, which I can proudly say I do now, is to record my own vocals. So that meant that I could be in the studio with producers, writers, if they were available, but we could also do remote. And so it was kind of a blend, but the bulk of it that ended up being on the album anyway was from sessions, which is kind of irreplaceable. We can do remote, and we will, but at the same time, it's like takes one person to say it, and then everyone says it's like,
right,
this is in person.
Yeah, remote is great, and it was great during the pandemic, but there's nothing like actually being inside of a studio. It's a different vibe.
I love how we're saying that, and we are remote. Right away from this moment, but it was. I went into the album with no pressure, which is the best way to be. The pressure comes later when you're really having to make decisions and find the right songs. But it was really joyful. I guess I did quite a bit from away, whether it's setting up my home studio and sending a session, sending ideas, sending extra parts. Need a harmony, need this, how about this verse? It really was very much thinking about it now, quite a lot of the album was really a work in progress. We'd revisit, and thankfully the main team that I work with, well, I don't think I've driven them crazy yet. I keep thinking they're going to say, really, just let it be. But no, everyone was super invested in the album.
And so that's great.
There's a lot of heart in it.
Yeah, we could definitely see the passion behind it. And out of all the songs that you have on your new album, is there one that really stands out to you? I know.
What's your favorite one?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure they're all your favorite, but there has to be one specific one.
Well, I mean, currently it has to be Padam Padam because it's just turned into, has become a thing. I think it's got a long way to go, but I have friends who I maybe haven't heard from for a while. It's like there's speaking in tongues now. They just text me, Padam. It's got whatever meaning anyone wants. There's a chat here. It's like he's in Padam Red. I'm seeing Padam Red everywhere. It's like Pantone, get on it, brand that. So I would have to say Padam Padam for really setting us up with a good start. I mean, if I say the others, they're really going to be single 2 and 3, and I don't know if I want to.
Oh, you don't want to give that. Well, I love Padam Padam. We have played it here at the KTU. Great reviews coming out from it, and it's another song that you're like, once you hear it, you're going to be singing it the rest of the day. It definitely sticks. And it's crispy. If you're kind of maybe feeling a little low, you hear it, and it's like it's one of these feel good music that really sticks. So
it doesn't really leave. It's there, and it's such an interesting thing that I love the song, we love the song, that's why we chose it to release it as a first single. But there's something about it being out and available and people making it their own, that aside from messages or people telling me face to face or reading about it, it's almost like I can feel it, and it's amazing.
Yeah, and I'm sure there's going to be dances already on TikTok, on Instagram, social media. Yeah.
And speaking of Padam Padam, we cannot wait for you to perform that song.
at our big show going down June 17th at Jones Beach. Of course, we're talking about Ktuphoria. You will be headlining it all. And let me explain something to you. Every year, everyone waits around to see who's going to be the headliner, who's going to be performing, taking over that stage, not just our audience, but also everyone that works with us, like sales team and all the other on-air jocks. We get so excited. When we found out it was Kylie Minogue, when it was you, we're like, oh my God, this is perfect. Yeah, it's gonna be amazing.
I'm counting down the days now. This is amazing.
So do you feel the pressure now that we've said that? It's the kickoff to the
in
summer.
a way, it takes the pressure off because I know you're, ready to come and just have the best night, and that helps me have the best night. I mean, check in with me like half an hour before it's showtime, and I'll just be pacing somewhere.
How is it for you right before you hit that stage? Is there like a little routine that you always do, or what do you do to prepare yourself mentally?
Well, we're generally running late. You've got all the time in the world, like, oh, that's so long. This is so boring. What are we doing? Next thing, wild panic. Something's let's say the buckle on the shoe, or it takes something little thing to upset the apple cart, and then so running, but in a way that's part of the process, because the adrenaline builds, and I don't know, I go a little quiet right before.
Okay.
Just
trying to get your
myself if I need it, very briefly, but just might even shut my eyes for 5 seconds just to take a breath, and then this magical thing happens when you cross the threshold of going onto the stage, and you have the energy of the crowd, and there's a reason performers love it and crowds love it, because it's irreplaceable. It really is, all that energy.
What can our audience expect from the show Ktuphoria, you headlining it? Like, what are we is there anything is there a secret? Is there a surprise that you can maybe tell us, or it's just you gotta wait and see?
We're gonna have a great time. That's all I can say. You're gonna get obviously Padam, and that will be my first public performance, I think, of with a live audience, and the hits,
of course,
and there'll be room for a surprise. There always is.
Oh, I'm so excited about that. Now, from when you first started your career up until now, obviously the music industry has changed quite a bit. Social media didn't exist back then. It is now one of the things that really help out the artists push out their music and whatever it is that they're promoting. The adjustment to social media and the adjustment to how the industry is now, how has it been for you?
A little tricky initially to navigate, to understand it. Can't lie about that. But now I think it's amazing. And I do wonder, of course, I wonder what it would have been like when I started.
Right.
Because I feel like with that world, I've got kind of one foot in the old world and one foot in the new. So there's
the best of both worlds.
Maybe it is, yeah. So I'm not, I do marvel at the people who are really good at it. And let's just say I do my best. But I'm not that kind of person that I have guarded my private life and my me time, and that that's just the way I roll. So you don't, I'm like, I'm not hearing my
you're not posting what you're having for breakfast.
So I think for me, it's just those little reveals, and certainly hearing from fans is great. I mean, what's happening now with Padam, people need to know their memes and videos are cracking me up. When the day's long and I've got no energy, and someone showed me a couple on a car ride just yesterday, and it really motivated me. So keep coming.
Yeah, that's great. It's rewarding because you spend so much time, recording your album, and you have a lot of decisions, like you've said, you've had to make, and then you go on social media, and all that hard work and sleepless nights, and it all pays off when you see it. The energy being returned.
Real, and it like I was trying to say before, there's this like almost like a chemical reaction that once the songs are out in the world and they become your songs and you share them with your friends, and it just takes on a whole new meaning that as an artist you can't possibly do that yourself. So that's you're an equal part of the end result. Like, I need you.
Yeah.
So I'm loving this.
You had such a successful career, and I know sometimes this music industry can be very hard. Do you ever you've accomplished so much, but do you ever sometimes kind of feel like, I could do more? Do you ever like Google yourself to remind yourself like, I'm pretty good?
I definitely have to Google myself for facts.
For facts.
Like, when was I think I've been here before. Like, it's a bit, it's hello, what day is it
Type of thing.
Like when you're on tour and you're not, it's all a bit of a blur. When something, I don't know, like it's an intro for a TV show or an article in a magazine or online, I will sometimes see those stats and facts and I'm kind of amazed myself. I just go,
Yeah.
wow, I did that. So I do forget. And the first part of your question was, do I ever think there's more to do? And the answer is always. There's always a song that hasn't been written, the concert that hasn't been done, the experience. So I'm sometimes too curious for my own good. And
That's good.
As taxing and stressful as it can be within this world, which is not taxing and stressful compared to a lot of real other jobs that people have, it's worth it because I'm still searching and chasing
and we love you for it. We really truly do. Best advice you can give to somebody who's thinking of coming into this beautiful entertainment world and becoming a singer, what would you tell them?
Get ready. Although I don't think you can ever be that prepared, I would obviously be yourself, but when you're starting out, you're not that defined. And I've been through that whole process where like I was pretty much a baby starting, and I just did, well, I think I did what I was told, but actually it was probably a bit more bullshit than I is this image of myself just being really diligent. I was kind of feisty as well, but I didn't know about the music industry. So, listen, I'd say listen and absorb what's around you. Don't think you know it all, because you never know it all. You can gather tools over time, and that's where I feel like I'm at. I've got my toolbox of experience, and there's a phrase that I've kind of clung to for a long time now, is that there's no shortcut to learning a craft. And
it's true.
It will just take some time, but all of it's part of the process. So try and have fun along the way, because you're going to hurt and you're going to cry and you're going to be all of that, but
it's the journey that
it's an amazing. I love my job. I love creating and music, imagery. It's a crazy, wonderful world.
Well, it's been a great run for you, and we cannot wait to see you take the stage at Ktuphoria June 17th at Jones Beach. And of course, your album is coming out September 22nd. Super excited for that. And of course, everyone is tuning into Padam Padam because it's just a song that just gets stuck in your ear. Padam Padam.
Oh, there they go. Yes. All right. Well, you were so Padam Padam.
Yes. We're going to be dancing to that song backstage.
No, but looking at the two of you as twins.
Yes. Padam Padam. Padam Padam. Bam.
You are adorable. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
I'll see you at the concert.
Thank you so much.